Hello everybody! If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 557, A Love Beyond Words, Intermediate. It was a beautiful summer evening when Emily first met Jack at a quaint little café in the heart of the city. She had stumbled upon the place while wandering through the streets, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee had drawn her in. As she waited in line, she couldn't help but notice a young man sitting alone at a small table by the window. He was lost in thought, his eyes gazing out at the world outside with a hint of sadness. Emily felt an inexplicable connection to this stranger, and as she waited for her turn to order, she found herself stealing glances in his direction. Jack, sensing her gaze, looked up and caught her eye. For a moment, they simply stared at each other, the air thick with an unspoken understanding. As Emily ordered her coffee and took a seat at the bar, Jack got up and approached her. "Mind if I join you?" he asked with a hint of shyness. Emily smiled and shook her head, and Jack sat down beside her. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, like a gentle stream meandering through the countryside. They talked about everything and nothing, their words weaving a tapestry of shared interests and experiences. Emily was captivated by Jack's kind heart and quick wit, while Jack was drawn to Emily's infectious laughter and sparkling eyes. As the evening wore on, they discovered a shared love for literature and music. Jack pulled out his phone and showed Emily his favourite song, a soulful ballad that spoke directly to her heart. Emily, in turn, shared her passion for poetry, reciting a beautiful verse that left Jack breathless. Their connection deepened with each passing minute, and before they knew it, the cafe was closing. As they reluctantly parted ways, Jack asked for Emily's number, and she happily obliged. "I'd love to see you again," he said, his eyes sparkling with hope. The days turned into weeks, and their phone calls became a regular occurrence. They talked for hours, sharing stories and dreams, and their conversations left them both feeling seen and heard. As the weeks turned into months, their love continued to grow, a flame that burned brighter with each passing day. One evening, as they sat together on a park bench, watching the sunset paint the sky with hues of gold and crimson, Jack turned to Emily and took her hand. "I love you," he whispered, his voice trembling with emotion. Emily's heart skipped a beat as she looked into his eyes, her own voice barely above a whisper. "I love you too." Their love continued to flourish, a beautiful tapestry woven from threads of laughter, tears, and shared experiences. They knew that their love was special, a love that transcended words and time, and as they sat together, hand in hand, they knew that their love would last a lifetime. Vocabulary notes. Connection, noun. Definition, a feeling of being linked or related to someone or something. Example, Emily felt an inexplicable connection to this stranger, and as she waited for her turn to order, she found herself stealing glances in his direction. Similar words, bond, tie, rapport, affinity. Inexplicable, adjective. Definition, unable to be explained or understood. Example, Emily felt an inexplicable connection to this stranger, and as she waited for her turn to order, she found herself stealing glances in his direction. Similar words, mysterious, enigmatic, inexplicable. Shy, adjective. Definition, feeling or showing nervousness or lack of confidence in social situations. Example, Jack, sensing her gaze, looked up and caught her eye. For a moment they simply stared at each other, the air thick with an unspoken understanding. Jack got up and approached her. "Mind if I join you?" he asked with a hint of shyness. Similar words: timid, reserved, hesitant, diffident. Effortless, adjective, definition, requiring little or no effort. Example: their conversation flowed effortlessly, like a gentle stream meandering through the countryside. Similar words: smooth, easy, natural, spontaneous. Infectious, adjective, definition, catching or spreading easily, especially a feeling or emotion. Example: Emily's laughter was infectious, and soon Jack was smiling along with her. Similar words: contagious, spreading. Soulful, adjective, definition, expressing deep emotion or feeling. Example: Jack pulled out his phone and showed Emily his favourite song, a soulful ballad that spoke directly to her heart. Similar words: emotional, heartfelt, moving, poignant. Poignant, adjective, definition, a feeling of sadness or regret, often in a way that is difficult to ignore. Example: Emily, in turn, shared her passion for poetry, reciting a beautiful verse that left Jack breathless. Similar words: moving, touching, affecting. Reluctant, adjective, definition, feeling or showing unwillingness to do something. Example: as they reluctantly parted ways, Jack asked for Emily's number and she happily obliged. Similar words: unwilling, hesitant. Trembling, adjective, definition, shaking or shaking with emotion. Example: Jack turned to Emily and took her hand. "I love you," he whispered, his voice trembling with emotion. Similar words: shaking. Transcending, verb, definition, going beyond or exceeding something. Example: their love continued to flourish, a beautiful tapestry woven from threads of laughter, tears, and shared experiences. They knew that their love was special, a love that transcended words and time. Similar words: surpassing, exceeding, going beyond. Story written by Leo AI. Image created by Google Gemini AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.